In the news tonight, Akwa Ibom government relocates proposed CNG bus terminal to Uyo. State legislature invites Commissioner for Health and others for questioning. Plus, National Assembly to resolve issues delaying completion of Calabar-Itu Federal Highway. Good evening, thank you for joining us on the news at 7. My name is Dianimi Uko. This broadcast is reaching you live on Star Times channel 103 and on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube. Like and engage us on those platforms. Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoino says divisive tendencies and treachery have no place in the state's development agenda. Governor Eno said this while addressing supporters that received him at the Victor Atta International Airport, Uyo. Clement Barikui has details.
Governor Umoino was out of the state for official engagement after the 38th anniversary of the state's creation. The governor reaffirmed his commitment to promoting unity, peace and progress in Akwa Ibom State, charging the supporters to ensure that they register with the All Progressives Congress and also take part in the ongoing continuous voter registration exercise to enable them vote for more progress and development. On the return of night flight to Victor Atta International Airport, Governor Eno commended the management of the airport for working hard to meet up with the deadline given to them.
Our airport is back, and so we can land in the night. Ibom Air can now bring in people. Ibom Air will now begin to night stop in Uyo so that they can do first flight to Lagos, first flight to Abuja. Because this is the home of Ibom Air. That's why we have to work to make sure that we get back on track. And so we're also working on all other projects. We are moving from 771 kilometers of road to 1,000 because this dry season, contractors are going to be put back on the road.
The governor used the opportunity to thank the State House of Assembly for its speedy passage of the state supplementary budget, announcing that the government will extend its road project from its current 772 kilometers to 1,000 kilometers as the dry season approaches. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
The Akwa Ibom State government has relocated the proposed compressed natural gas CNG bus terminal site at Odioritam Itu local government area. Speaking during the inspection of the site at Ikodape in Uyo, Governor Umoino noted that the decision to relocate the terminal after much consideration was to ensure accessibility for residents in the state. Clement Barikui again reports.
In 2023, the federal government launched the compressed natural gas buses through the presidential CNG initiative to reduce fuel costs, create jobs and promote environmental sustainability by transitioning from petrol and diesel to CNG-powered vehicles. The Akwa Ibom State government is already keen into this initiative with an initial 50 CNG buses already ordered to enhance the state transport system. This former Uraibot, recently demolished by the state government, is the new site for the CNG terminal. Governor Umoino announced that the CNG bus terminal will consist of a gas station, training school, repair workshop to train engineers in CNG technology and maintenance.
Initially identified somewhere in Itu, but when we reviewed it, it wouldn't be economically viable because people won't be able to travel to Itu. They will still need a substation in Uyo. So we now said, okay, let's leave that property. Still government will put another project there. Let's come to a central place and I want to thank the community for working, giving us the opportunity to bring the project here. So the bus terminal will be here. They've cleared. I wanted to see for myself. They will fence and the work will start.
The governor commended the host community for their cooperation to ensure the success of the project, urging the youth to protect it from vandalism. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
We'll at this point take our first commercial break in the news. When we return, we have more stories for you. Please stay.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hymns Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estates, Uyo, Okwamum State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort.
Children's Summit 2025.
NTA Uye, your dependable station, is organizing the 2025 Children's Summit, a speech-making event for pupils and students in both public and private schools.
The theme for this year's event is renewable energy, critical need for industrialization and sustainable development.
Date 23rd October 2025.
Venue Civil Service Auditorium, Idongeset Nkanga Secretariat, Uyo.
Time 10 a.m. prompt. Participating schools should register the programs department. We are grateful to Dr. Glory Edit, founder, Mary Slezak Akanfuglo Foundation. Most sponsors are welcome. For inquiry, call
Children's Summit, promoting healthy competition among school children.
CY Best Electronics. Awesome, great, and indeed a finesse among the best quality electronics of all brands of television and smart television sets ranging from 19 to 66 inches, compact disc, DVD players, home theater sets, and soundbar music systems. What about extension wires and accessories? AV, HDMI, auxiliary cables, TV guard and surge protectors, wall brackets, DVD mounts, and wall shelves. These and more at CY Best Electronics, 30 Nepal Line, Uyo, Okwamum State. For inquiries and order, please call 0803 599 7564, 0808 556 3469, or 0802 685 0027. CY Best Electronics. God is love.
You're welcome back to the news. World Teachers' Day is celebrated annually on the 5th of October. It is a day to appreciate and celebrate teachers and their transformative power in education. It is also a day to reflect on the support that teachers need to fully deploy their talent and vocation and to rethink the way forward for the profession globally. It commemorates the anniversary of the adoption of the 1966 ILO UNESCO recommendation concerning the status of teachers, which sets benchmarks regarding the rights and responsibilities of teachers and standards for their initial preparation and further education, recruitment, employment, and teaching and learning conditions. This year, World Teachers' Day celebration centers on the theme, recasting teaching as a collaborative profession, highlighting teaching as a collaborative effort with the potential of collaboration for teachers, schools, and education systems. And to do justice to this conversation tonight, we have a guest in the studio, Elder Sunday Akpan, a retired principal and educationist. And together we will be discussing the future of teachers in the country and globally tonight. A very good evening to you, Elder Sunday Akpan. Good to have you join us in the studios tonight.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're all welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, so let us get started. Yesterday was World Teachers Day. And of course, it is not just a day that can be celebrated in one day. It's a day that brings all of the world together to celebrate teachers. And because of the theme, looking at the future, looking at teachers as a collaborative effort, what future do you see for teachers, call it the next 10 years, given how things are at the moment?
Really, I would like to say that the future is very, very bright. Taking a look at even what the government is doing now, it seems they are prepared and equally prepared to take the teachers along so that they can deliver on what is expected as a theme here recasting teaching as a collaborative profession, which means that the teacher cannot take it alone. The government has to be ready, provide environment very, very conducive, and then be ready to take the wages of the teacher as a front burner, and then think about their promotion, and equally provide right technology as the world is going technological this time. So teaching profession is well recognized. You've stated far back to 1964, signed in 1966, signed in 1994.
Yeah.
And then it started. So Nigeria, I believe they are ready. And government should be ready. Parents should be ready to assist. Teaching is not one-man affair, as I've said. Those who are to be taught must be ready. So if we do that, the government shall provide supervisory rule to inspect schools and see things if they are put right. If not, they report to the government and things put right. So I see the future as being very, very, very bright.
All right, at this point, let us talk about inclusiveness, because we're talking about collaboration, and that is part of the theme for this year's World Teachers Day. So at this point, how can we work towards creating a more inclusive classroom, a more inclusive workspace, a more inclusive teaching environment to cater to a lot of the diverse needs that we have, both on the side of teachers and on the side of course, the learning students?
Really. To take it that way, the classrooms of today and even 10 years to come should not look like the classrooms of 5 years or 10 years past. When we think about that, we talk about technology. In place, we used to have chalk. We used to write with chalk. Now, the difference is clear. You have a marker to use on the whiteboard and so on. And even the children are quite updated with computer assistance. And so they will want to use computer in their classrooms. So the government must be ready. The school environment must be, as I said, conducive. Those technological devices must be in place to make sure that the teaching work is delivered the way it should be. Making the teacher happy, making the children happy, and then expecting the end to be 100% delivery.
Okay, so how can these methods be implemented effectively? You've talked about infusing technology. You've talked about the government coming in. You've talked about parents having a role to play. How can these methods that you have outlined be implemented effectively so that we can get results? Because it shouldn't just be about just talking like
Yes.
you've done.
As we are talking, the government, let me start that way. It all landed on the government side first. The teachers must be educated properly. That is, organize seminars, organize events, and calling teachers, educate them on the new trends. They cannot make it if they are not educated well. What will they give to them? We say cabbage in and cabbage out. If you don't put in them, they don't have what to impact to the learners. So they have to be well educated and with these technologies. some teachers may not have enough knowledge of what is needed now. Like we are talking, the WAEC is coming up with the CBT exams.
Computer-based test.
Computer-based. And if the children are not well trained on that and they don't have the facilities in school, how will they perform? It means mass failures coming. This year we were shouting the failures and later on with the WAEC and so on. So if they are not prepared adequately with these technologies, it won't work. And the children themselves must be ready to submit themselves for the learning to take effect.
Okay, apart from the government, because you keep putting the buck on the table of the government, there are other policymakers, there are NGOs, and of course there are also school administrators, because when we're talking education, we're only not talking about public education or education in public schools. There is also the private schools, and they play a very vital role. So how can these ones also support teachers in professional development and in their well-being?
When we are talking about education as being inclusive, the government does its part. The private sector, we have a lot of private schools, likely of course in this state, and they should be ready to key into the government policies. The private schools should not take it as if being private, they do everything. After all, the ATO, authority to operate, is given to them by Ministry of Education. They should listen. The school opened this day, we go together. Let's go for seminar this way, we go together. Let's pay the teachers well. They listen to that. And they provide what it takes in their school too, because government is doing their part. Like in this state, you see the government float free education. And the private schools should equally not taking the school fees so high so that those children could benefit. And even if the money is collected, it should be channeled to improving the quality through technologies and improve welfare to the teachers.
Okay, this will be as your parting shot. We've talked about government, we've talked about the private investors, we've talked about the students. And at this point, what advice will you give to the new teachers? Because, of course, when the old ones leave, there will be space for the new ones. What advice will you give to the new teachers as the chair of the league?
As I said, the future is bright. They should be willing to listen to the old hands. They are there to see the old ones. They should liaise with them. They should not feel that they have landed. They have not. The new teachers cooperate with the teachers who go to say in schools. And then read. We have to read. This time things are available in internet. Read. Improve on the writing of, listen to the old teachers and the government of the school, how to write notes of lesson and deliver. Don't say you know everything. Teaching is very, very special. We are those producing all the professionals in the world. And as such, the teacher should be ready, the new one should be ready, and listen, have seminars, and then the periodic seminars in school even, with some topics to keep them afloat.
And thank you very much, Elder Sunday Akpan, an educationist and a retired school principal, for making out time to join us on the news tonight. Your thoughts were very insightful. Thank you once again.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Away from that, let us now head back to the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, where the legislature has summoned the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ekem John, the Permanent Secretary, Hospitals Management Board, and the Chief Superintendent of Ikpe General Hospital in the local government area to appear before it within 2 weeks. Assembly correspondent Nsikak Okon reports that this follows the incident of September 16, 2025, where members of the Assembly's Committee on Health were denied access into Ikpe General Hospital during an oversight visit.
Aside from the making of laws for the betterment of citizens and the state, another important responsibility of lawmakers is to oversight government projects. Hence, their visit to Ikpe General Hospital in a local government's area to ascertain the working condition of the hospital. The Chairman House Committee on Health and member representing Ibom State Constituency, Moses Essien, while leading members of the committee for an oversight function in the hospital, were denied access into the hospital by the Chief Medical Superintendent of the hospital, Dr. Kemini Okut. Dr. Okut reportedly informed the lawmakers that his action was based on instructions from the Health Commissioner and Permanent Secretary, Hospital Management Board. Presenting the issue on the floor of the House under matter of urgent public importance, Chairman of the committee, Mr. Sien, describes the incident as insulting and embarrassing to the House.
The Speaker, construction of hospitals and upgrading hospital facilities is a product of the appropriation of the House Assembly. And so because we make the law governing these institutions, the Constitution also empowers us to guide our side. But the medical superintendent vehemently told us he cannot allow us access to the facility. I consider this act a very serious embarrassment, an insult, and application of the institution of government, the House Assembly.
The leader of the House and member representing Nsorobiom State Constituency, Otobon Bob, the Deputy Speaker, Kufre Basie Didem, and Prince Ukpong Akpabio comments on the issue.
The Speaker, I think he must take, and as an arm of government, we must take strong exception and do the needful to ensure that this serves as a deterrent going forward.
What we have just heard is an aberration. It has no place in democracy at all. Everything owned by Akwa State government belongs to Akwa people. And legislators are the ones speaking and representing the symbol of the Akwa people.
They are between us criminal activity or other. So those are my fears. So we should not take this matter like it is a matter that we should even involve police. Let them go into that facility and check that facility properly. Because I see no reason why someone will block government from entering government facility.
Speaker Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly Udemotong describes the incident as a serious affront to the legislature.
Chairman House Committee on Health to send a letter inviting the Commissioner, the CMD of in the General Hospital, the Permanent Secretary, and Chairman, this matter, you will report back to this House in less than 2 weeks.
The incident of Ikpe General Hospital came up barely some weeks after Governor Moino declared a state of emergency in the health sector with the recruitment of 2,000 medical personnel, a move widely applauded with hopes to strengthen the healthcare system. Zikak Okon, NTN News.
And it's a wrap on the English segment of the news. The Ibibio translation comes up shortly. Good evening.
Kwa ibo mesu itier ni kan nko wat anyeke gas ke itie ke ba ikan koko karoyo ufa botumu bombe state mi e kur commissioner segem po banga ufa botum song irim jagadi boro membime ufa botum bet ir Nigeria enengen luk baka ke ba ke adinam utum usong kalabaitu kwa ibo mi ko mi se kamere yem kibi onkire abase yaga ekpeyon ye ko membox ni mbubeyo Ekamada iwuru ka state mi etu moino abo monowo yagetru bagade yemendio idom fen manatoru foro yenkore ari rogidi ebio enyeke tanga mi keini mono me eno anyi be me ke kaga wa ubo fam Victor tari daranye ke unyo isang amenyeke kagari jaikop mbogo mi fon Ke kamada iwuru ka state mi etu moino ke nyongodi ke isang amenyeke kaga se ma ke kwengu soro idare mana Kwa Ibom ake yo ki swere me frita anye sogo songo abo ku karmo askara da kem pariba adikan boke frefen da kerpe ndan kaiso uforo yeri diana ke ke state Akwa Ibom nko asokadi andobo monowo yakene eka ekesinu bok ke nguru figu bok ameri na masoka kaiso makna ekene emegewo kembuba umegewo mesoko ariro kiso anye atoro me na mutum ke itie ubomofam state Akwa Ibom ke nam yak edonidem anyongo toro mon ufogutum bombet state mi ensope nam lutumekoto budget abo ke rinamami ayawo manye adinam usonke Akwa Ibom yakanyongo kan akekpa panakpan ke ndayo asokodido kiso abasenya ekpeyon okombo Ufogutum bombe state mi esenu yekur commissioner se mpo banga fongutum song idem ete Kim John yekpana wenu mpo ke nkang ekoto hospital management board nkoro ye ekamba woke ufoibok ikpe ke nkoko karini yakesobo yemimo kufang uroiba mbogo na mediyongo kemi akene mpon tepe mekera titie ke usene fiong efreke ke fiong usokke iswami kufoibok ikpe yakub oyombogo ke mabere odibo mbet ke setemi mempom fen ame ufogutum bombet setemi enama adori sanga nke sutumo me ukara setemi enangake ntagado akesunu ufogutum bombet setemi enami sange ka ufogibok ikpe ke nkoko karini ado ke isanga me ansida iwur ke nkang ikpe nsong idem kufogutum ubombet itemo zesesien adogo once emedaga nok adogo awo medaga ki wood mono wo ki kpeke constituency biono aga to song mbogo na mediyongo ke wogo ke kemini uku ta medogo dai wood ku fogi bogodo iki yaka ammo ekan ebo yedok enyonge nam sem mo ekeka ado kemini ke ini yeke tangi ko ama bo ke ami ekeno uyo amenye bogo to commissioner asege mkpoba ufogutum nsong idem ete Kim John ye akpana wedmpo ke nkang ekoto hospital management board ado ke ini ekediboro ke ku fogutum bombet usok me bombet emefiang iso ebo kuto idomi idono kidem enyinge swano aridama me ete kemini akanama ata tangi ko ufogutum bombet state mi ete ude matong ama adi andobo kerinama mi ikidono kidem ado mpo sokote tepe mimmi atepe ke kamba dai wuru ka state mi tu moino asokono ufogutum songidem usobusom tangayen anyonga mana adat nta ke fang songidem ame waka egesem tosni ba mana toro mkpodi nengi bono ke fang songidem mi kufogutum nta kan intembongin ki bibetri de songa ke mpangotong enyang medo abase yaga ekpeyong asiere